Welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock, and we're here today on August the 26th, Monday, 2024. Hope you're all having an awesome summer. I'm not putting my face up here this morning. I have this cold sore on my nose, and you guys do not want to be looking at that. So we'll be off. I'll be just going straight audio today. So anyway, let's get to it. Hope we had a great weekend, and let's look at what we've got coming up for this week. Let's look at the daily chart here. Let me get onto the daily chart and just do a little quick review of what we've to remove these old sell side, buy side liquidity things. Okay, so we've come back to this order block, old breaker right here, this big daily breaker. Shoot right back to it. We have a nice reaction off of that through the mean threshold and inside this imbalance here. And you'll hear Michael talk about that on, I'm not going to reiterate on what Michael's already talked about here on talking about price imbalances and specific levels like mean threshold to this order block. Trading back to it and see how we can get a reaction off of this level now. So we've got mean threshold taken, old high being re-hit one more time, and now we have a nice reaction off of that. So right now we're between this mean threshold of this candle and that old high. Looking for relative equal highs here, fair value gap above us here. Daily, we have a weekly fair value gap above us, so the draw for me on liquidity is higher. We have a little fair value gap below us, and we also have the 4 hour. There's a couple of 4 hour fair value gaps below us as well. I have relative equal lows. We could dip down into here, recap to the bottom of this daily. See how we're just getting it. I want to see some support off this and no more than the consequent encroachment of that. Start pushing higher. You can really argue both sides of this. We could see a run down below here or run up for these equal highs here. So, and you're right in the middle of both of them. My bias more would be to go higher. These are regular trading hours, not electronic here. When I get down to the 1 minute, we'll go to regular trading hours so we can see what we've got in store for the opening range gap. We have relative equal lows below us here. We've got jagged highs, relative equal lows. So we could have a downside draw for the interim, take these lows. I'll probably get rid of this guy here now. These are all definitely in place though. We'll see if we can get some support off this daily fair value gap now that we're above it and start pushing higher. I'd like to see the rest of that. We've worked it all through here, right back to the low has been worked. Now we're breaking through it, so I'd like to see us take this candle here on the 4-hour. Breaker takes these lows. We've traded back to it. We're inside this 4-hour one right here now. And I'd like to see that get taken to the upside, obviously. 1 hour. Relative equal lows. We have a small fair value gap here. Taken to the upside. We trade all the way back down, but the bodies are respecting it. You see that right there? Bodies respect that. Back to the session open. Start pushing higher. Now we're getting back to the session open. I'd like to see this session open hold price now. Start pushing higher. That's the midnight open candle. Inside this fair value gap. If we break this to the downside, come back up to the session open inside this candle, then I look for a run on these lows. Otherwise, I want to see this get above here. $15-minute. So let's look for a run back into here. If we get down to the 5-minute, I'm looking for these relative equal highs to get taken now on the 15-minute. Now we've got these lows taken here. I'd like to see that reach up into this fair value gap, pop above here for the opening, and then see if we continue going higher, or if we reverse, come back down, take this, manipulate back down to this level here, and then start pushing higher again. I'm just inside a small range. That's all I'm looking at, is a super small range right now. And we'll see if we can make sure I close off my sound here. I can hear myself talking over there. So in the short term, I'd like to see this level reached for up here and get a little bit of support off of here. If we don't get support off that little tiny fair value gap, I'm kind of looking inside a small range here. Little fella right there. We get above this, find some support at that level. Then I want to see it reach up into this higher level here. I got to get above here though. Morning, Hadi and Russell. Good morning. Good morning. Now let me just go back to our regularly scheduled program. We've got the new week opening gap. Just trading back inside that new week opening gap right now. If you haven't marked those, mark them on your charts. So looking for these relative equal highs above us here. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. This is the reverse, taking out these lows. You reverse here. See how we traded above it here? We return back to it here. Looking to go higher. Watch this order block here. We have a close of the fair value gap there. And this small little high taken. See if you get a reaction from this. Or if we push through this, take that high. I'd like to see it ideally return back down to this candle. But if not, it continues to push higher. Look for this box here. Then look for a return back down into here. Wheat. Ah, yes, wheat kept going. See how we traded below, came back to the lows, found some support. We'll continue pushing lower. I want to see where the objective is on wheat. Where would you be looking to go? Oh, yeah, it's back to August. I'll consider wheat going lower until proven otherwise. Sugar sure took off. Old highs, CAM Model 1 entry. And you're off to the races. It's a nice CAM model entry there. We're still waiting for these highs to get taken here, and then the potential run back down into this level here. This one's less likely now, but I'm kind of watching this. I want to see this hold price here with this imbalance and continue pushing higher with coffee. If we do get a run back down below that level, look for a run on these equal lows and then a run back into that interest box down here. I'll just keep shuffling it along. Live candle, it's got a reaction off of our level. I want to see it provide some support off of here now. Start eating through this fair value gap here. If we can get through this candle and that candle to the upside, we use this candle as support, or the fair value gap here if we stay inside it. Watch your key levels right here to go higher. If we lose that level on the close, after you've traded back up through this, it has to close above that level for me to go bullish again. Otherwise, we're still bearish off old lows. You want to see these lows get taken, find some support off this, and start pushing lower inside here. If not, find support here, fair value gap, get above it, get through this candle here. If you're really not sure if we haven't really got a break in structure till we break that. So a nice change in direction. If we can get through this fair value gap to the upside and use some leverage off this be your footing here. We're still hanging around off of Coco's fair value gap inversion here. I want to see this start eating through this, find some support in here and get through this breaker to the upside. If not, we get some support or resistance off of here and we start to trade back down. We're getting back into this range, so I've got really no opinion in this one. If we don't start eating through here, if we just roll over and come back into this range, you're still inside this big gap here. You're in the gap in price, so we have to see it get out of this gap, find some support off of that gap, continue pushing higher, or through it, come back, find support at it, and go lower. That gap will be your key level for Coco. See how today finishes off. We may be coming back into this range here today, this week. Gunning back for all this stuff here and look for that level. Late in the week. I've got to get through here. This will be the key level for me for right now. Get below that, come back to that, find some support, push lower. We're inside this fair value gap here. How we react off of here tells you whether or not we're going to reach for these old lows. On the daily, I'm just giving you daily runs here. You want to see that find some support in here and continue pushing back down. Or resistance, I should say, and continue going lower. And let's go over to gold. See how we found support? We were talking about this last week. We wanted to see this level give us some support. It did. Came right back, filled it. And then you want to see that level provide some support to go higher. So we literally opened on it, closed the week on Friday here, opened, and now we're pushing for higher highs. So whether or not we just reverse, come back, tap this, I wouldn't want to see the midpoint or the consequent encroachment of that get violated again. Just back to the top and start pushing higher, or just keep going higher right now on the daily. Now silver's taking out all of these lows here. I'm more tricky with silver. I want to take this high out here at 29.05 before I consider going bullish on that. Displacement, drop below an old low, order block, trade back to it, inside a fair value gap to go lower. This would be the area of interest for me for this one. I don't want to see the mean threshold of that candle get taken. Find some support off that and come lower on copper. If we close above this and we come back and find support at this candle, then I'm looking to go higher, back up into this range here. So this candle here is key for me, and that fair value gap there is key as the next footing hold. And our little crazy let's stick with this daily one on this. That was the upper range of that and I think we were looking for this to pull back into, why does this look so different now? Further upside, still proven otherwise. Oops. What's going on with that? Okay, let's get back to this one here. So we're still looking for these highs to get taken. So far we're finding support off that daily. That's what I'd like to see. And you want to start reaching back up into this level here. Don't want to trade through that little box. Find support right there. React off that and start coming back up against what I'd like to see. Right there. Now react off of it. Now you want to see this kind of climb out of here. Now we're coming up for 730. We have relative equal lows below us. We see a 730 run down, clean that out. And then run higher for this. Just want to see if it's found support inside here or not. In a minute. Sweeps these lows here. Good morning, Hans. There's a new week opening gap. 749 right here. This is what we're banging off of. Those lows are now swept. I can remove this. I like this level here. I don't want to see it come all the way back here. I'd like to see it come in, just be short of that, and then start pushing higher. This is a consequent encroachment of the weekly new week opening gap. It's high to get taken. Lovely, lovely. So far it's working out the way we wanted. Trade below that low, take the lows out, run for the highs. And I'm looking for those 15-minute highs at 19,847. These up here. Oops, sorry. 847. So all this stuff up here. I'm putting on the wrong chart here. Good trading hours. Oops, I don't quite want that many. This is going to go down here. So I get some support off of this fair value gap here. So Running for those highs. Looking for 10 o'clock to take out old highs. All this has been run out here. We come back inside. Got a reversal here. Body trades through it, back into it, takes these equal highs out. Reversal here. We literally closed on it, opened on it, back into it. Ran back down to that discount array. Action block. I'm not crazy about how to take out portions off. Whether I have to do it with I have to double click on it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to. I'm still rusty with trading view. We're still looking for this high here now. I'm gonna wait for the new range to open itself up first. Morning, Tristan. Fair value yep again at 9:30. Continuing to wait just for that opening range to continue to show itself here. My next area of interest is here. That's why you pay yourself at rejection blocks. So that's a good thing I didn't take a partial there, just took the whole thing off. Level here. Next area of interest inside the small range is about here. It's going to get through that box for me. And equal those here. You got relative equal lows down here as well. We revisit those. Taking out London's low and Asian's low. And we're coming back for these relative equal lows down here on the new PM session, New York. And we have a little fair value gap below us here on a 15-minute chart. at 19,695. $19,695. That should clean out the liquidity down here and bring us back into that little fair value gap below us here. See it push through this level here is where I want to see it get through. This 15-minute fair value gap below us here to fill. Or at least tap it. 15,709. I like the way this reversal happened here. You got these highs taken out here. Fair value gap. We want to trade through it. Would like to have seen it come back to it. If not, this order block here. That's small trade through. Body finally breaks through it. Come back, tap it here. Continue pushing lower. Put in here. We've taken this low here now. We have relative equal lows below us now, with a fair value gap yet to be filled. We have relative equal highs in London still. So looking for, we're just coming to the top of that now. I want to see it dip into there. We've already tapped it a few times already. So I want to see that drive through here now and fill. See what kind of reaction we get off that 15-minute fair value gap now. Another 2 more minutes. See it dig down in here and take these lows and see what kind of reaction we get at 10 o'clock. More seconds. We'll see what reaction we get here at 10 o'clock. It's 10. Yep. There's 695. That's the fill of the fair value gap here. I don't want to see it climb out of here. Got nothing really I can see any support off of. Yeah, I don't see anything for a reversal just yet, so just gonna wait for a few seconds, a little while longer to see what we can find. Wait, see one more run below this low here. I think it's around 93. That's pretty much there. So I want to see a break structure here. See these two candles to the upside get taken. I haven't seen a reversal here yet. So until you see something clean, wait. I have this candle here is 93.25. 93.25. That's the high of this candle here. It makes that the bottom of that 15-minute fair value gap right there. So we're literally 1.25 handles away from the bottom there. Just want to see if this is there's an imbalance here or not. There is. See those? A little imbalance right here. $683. So looking for 683. And then 680. We'll see 683 and then 680. There's 683. What? What have we got below us here? 641. 641, 642-ish. And we have Friday's new day opening gap on the 16th coming up at 634. Now I'm looking for a fair value gap to form. We've taken out significant lows. Next area of liquidity is here at 19,592. So look for the liquidity down here. Look for the rejection block first. 619. That's the mean threshold at 640 I mentioned. There. So we'll see if this holds price and we get this fair value gap taken to the upside. If not, the next down level is 621. Sorry, 619. Then 606. I want to see how it reacts off of here now. Maybe be targeting Friday's low. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I want to see how it reacts off of that need threshold there. It's last down close candle. That's 640. So we had a reaction off of it here. It's an area of sensitivity. I want to see if that holds price now. And if it doesn't, then I'm looking for that rejection block, and then take that last wick here and take that into quarters, and we'll have a look, see if there's a rejection off of 25% to 50%. Looking good. Running for the lows. We're looking for 621, 619, something like that. So the top of this little box right here. So far, we've had no reversal that's shown itself here. Areas that we're looking for potential for a change in direction and a reversal to happen. So far, we've got this. We're gunning for the liquidity below the market on Friday. So you have to ask yourself now, where would you like to see this change up? Do you watch ES for SMT? No. No, I don't. I'm just looking at pure price action inside here. And you could go through your SMT divergence stuff, and you can, if you see SMT divergence and you get confluences that are supported here, and you ever get an SMT divergence that's not confirmed in a 1 minute chart, and you see that suddenly it reverses and goes back up, and I don't see it here, but you did see it in SMT, let me know. SMT doesn't guarantee a reversal. It just gives you an indication that the markets aren't in sync, right? That's an early sign. I can show you an earlier sign on a 1 minute chart when it starts to change direction on you. and then you let me know whether there was an SMT there. We'll kind of work together here, Craig, and see if it you get confluences between what I'm looking at and what you look for. Because I totally like those SMT divergence things. It's just like Michael says, there's so many tools you can use in his, you don't have to use them all. I'm just an inversion fair value gap kind of guy. I like watching inversion fair value gaps. I like to see swings but no old lows. That's what we're gunning for now. There's the 19. We have the rejection block. You're looking for that 50% of that wick now, which is 606, which is pretty much right off that right there. So let's see if it pushes through here and we finally take out that low. You're only doing this for a year. You're just going to test this out for a year? You have another job that pays more, I hope. Or you're going to make all your money in a year and then move to the sidelines. That's a great idea. I like the way you're thinking, Craig. So for me, I'd have to see this break this high, find some support inside this candle, and there's a little tiny gap right here. See that right there? So far we've hit 50% of this wick over here. On the 15-minute chart. Let me just take this one here and you see. Not quite 50% yet. Gonna get good. You're very good. I don't know about very good. But thanks, Greg. So we'll keep an eye here. Let me just change that into my quarters template. Now you want to see this provide support here, and that's by rejection blocks. You pay yourself at rejection blocks. You're always gunning for the low. You may not get it. You may just get a nice big retracement in here, and it's going to start eating up all your profits. That's why I like to pay myself at rejection blocks. Let's look at the 1 minute chart here again. Oops, we'll put that back to 15. Close close that up. So we dug all the way into Friday's new day opening gap, Sunday's 19th, new week opening gap, through the consequent encroachment. There's a whole draw on liquidity down there. And you'll see Michael talk about that many times when you've got a whole pool of opening gaps, new week opening gaps, and it's just below you, you know that price is going to get drawn right down into that. Now, if you've marked those on your chart, like 731, the 31st of July, 15th of August, the 26th, I think it's 26th. We have overlapping ones that we've just ran over right here. Your draw is usually to those, and there's ones below yet, so we still have those relative equal lows on Friday yet to be taken. I still like that idea that we could run down in here. If we get a close above here, ideally I want to see it close above this. This is not significant enough for me, I think. I'd like to see this get some support, get through here, and then use this as inversion to go higher. But that small little guy right there might be the first little tiny foothold. We shall see. We're going to close above here now. Find support at this. Let's see how we react off that going higher. I'll put this little guy right in here. Nope, so far no. Let's see if we come back and tap in here. See how that went through it, traded back through it again. You just want to see it come back, tap it, and go. It didn't. Taking out Asia's US low. Nope. Gonna get good. See this low get taken out, and that becomes an important candle for me. This is good now. This becomes important to me. We've reached the bottom of the new week opening gap and Friday's low of the new week opening gap at the 16th. It just hit the bottom of it right there. Nice. Now it's finally taking the Friday's low. Lovely, lovely. We're into the consequent encroachment of the new day opening gap on the 31st. Through that now. Excellent. Checking my charts here for next low is 542. Five 542. Still reaching for that 542. We have relative equal lows at 542 to 527. And then we're really digging down. I'm looking for the 527. It's just taking that now. Now we're looking for 54 or 491. Just swept those lows on the 4-hour chart at 527, 523. Those lows are gone now. I'm still looking for 540 or 493 now. I'm looking right here and right here. We swept those 4-hour lows now. I'm looking for a reverse. So I got this one here broken. I want to see how we've come back and tap that to go higher. Now I want to see this one give way, and that candle there and that high. Taken as well. You want to see this as a little step down. See it get above this high here. Have you got your SMT divergence yet? I don't know. Do you see anything happening over there? So this is the change in direction. Get support off of that, running up inside this range. Another fair value gap. You get up on top of it. You've come back inside it, found support at it as well. You want to see it start pushing through here now. We start carving back through the downside of this and then back into here. I want to see this stay open. If not, we got more lows, potentially more lows to run for. Come back, found support at that level again. I want to see this little high go now. Yeah, I don't want to see just a wick getting up. I want to see a full body start blowing through that now. You want to really see it gun it up here now. Rip. I want to see a big bold candle get above here now. Get a body above here. Got to get a body up there. Justin, good morning. Want to see them use this candle here as support. Like all this waffling in here. I want to see it get above it with a bold candle, and then use these two candles as support to go higher. This poking can't get quite up there before 11 o'clock. We may have another run on this low here before going higher. So I'm gonna wait and see here. I've nibbled stuff on the way up here, but I want to see if we don't revisit this low again. Right now we're bullish, and then we're finally getting a body above here. There you go. Keep going. So now we just got to bounce off of here. Push up and higher into this level here now. You see how these provide support? Here's where you're, if you didn't see that in SMT, Craig, and you didn't see a change in direction, I could tell you on the 1 minute right there, we were calling it as it was happening. We called it before it happened. That's the level we wanted to see. Trade above it, come back to it, find support at it to go higher. I didn't like all this waffling in here a lot, but we've now traded above this. I want to see it come back to this now and start going higher. So if you didn't see SMT, you see it on a 1 minute change in direction, support, continuation, reversal, taking out old lows on the higher time frame. Come back, found support at it again, push higher. You see SMT, I never use a 3 minute chart, so I would never know that. There's so many charts, so many minute charts you could look at. Where do you look for your SMT? So if 3 minute is your proof that you saw something changing here, and that's your confluence, so that's the proof that you need that we're going to go higher. I just look for these inversions after taking out a higher time frame low. You see this fair value gap forming. You keep your eye on those fair value gaps forming on a 1 minute chart after taking out a higher time frame level, and start looking for that setup. Morning, Shepard. Nicely done there, and got 40 points on that move. Good for you, man. Excellent. Yeah, I'm definitely in some points here as well. So if you're looking at the range that was created between 9:30 and 10, these equal highs here, 50% of the range, 60, upside objective is here for the first part. I want to see this, obviously, this level get taken out. Find support, continue to push higher off this fair value gap here. I want that to become an inversion now. And then I want to see it push higher into this range that we've created between 9:30 and usually 11 o'clock. eating away into this fair value gap now. There's the fill. Pay yourself there. You're looking at inside this whole range here, you're more than 50%. So if you're using your fib tool, again, if you don't know your PD arrays really well, you want to use your fib tool, let me just get rid of this one here. See, you're looking at 50% is up here. But this one here, if you got in here off this right here is a perfect entry. If you got in here, or you waited for this, or you waited for this, there's your trade. You have perfect entries. One here, if you missed that one, look for that one. You trade above it, come back inside it right here. There's your next one. If you don't want to, you want to wait for breaking structure. You break for structure right there. You come back, find support at it, continue going higher. You've had 3 perfect entries along the way that all make sense within these inversions and this breaking structure to the upside. When you see a nice displacement candle like that to the upside and come back, found support at it, and you're looking to run higher. And now that you're, see how the bodies are respecting the top of that fair value gap? They've just come back and tapped this old low here. So you want to pay yourself a portion here. If you did get your entries in here, 50%, move your stop loss to break even, take half of your trade off. This is just a trading management style. You don't have to do this, but obviously if you're in small ranges like this, and the higher time frame, you've taken out lows. This looks good for, we picked the low. I still like this upside objective here. You pay yourself at 50. As soon as you get to 62%, you move your stop loss to 50. So now you're a zero stress trade. You take 10% off at 62. As soon as you hit 70 right there, you move to 62. Pay yourself there again. If this could be the optimum trade entry reversal, and you suddenly it starts hammering back down again because we're in this long run down. This is just a small reversal. Then you pay yourself right here for reversal on the way up inside a small little range. Always pay yourself, guys. Always pay yourself. Now I want to see this level right here provide some support. Continue going higher, aiming for this breaker. That's the last stop close candle. We have a high, a low, a higher high inside here. And then reverse, take out that low. So that breaker right there is an upside objective. Once we get trading above here, which we have, that body's closed above. So I'd like to see that continue going higher now. This candle here, Taken to the upside. At 19,536. 19,536. 19,536. Oh, good for you. Champion. And exit at 50% of the smaller range. Only trading 1 micro while learning. Good for you, man. That's what I like to see. And you took that because you saw that, not because I said that, right? I don't want you to take trades because of something I said. I want you to see something that makes a lot of sense in terms of your setup. If that's your setup, it's got to make sense. Otherwise, you just come here and just collect trades that I'm putting on the. Mind you, you're not seeing me make my trades here. They're all off screen here, but you get the idea. Well, we're back inside this fair value gap here now. Now I want to see it start really finding support at that level and start climbing out of here. If not, we can revisit back inside here. I'm going to put this, now that you saw that one there, I'm looking at this one here, and you don't want to see anything get below here. Learning the inversion fair value gap. Yes, I love those inversions. I really do. And you can really see when you've taken out old highs, a higher time frame low, you wait for these little setups to occur. And as you can see, they didn't occur on the way down until here. Then you get to see it and look at the small range you're in and trade back inside that range. So if you traded 50% of that range and you took yourself some money off, use your fib tool. If you don't know what your PDAs are, look for 50%, move your stop loss to break even at least, and take half of your trade off, and then do that 62%, 70%, because what I mentioned here, see how it's reversing right now? There's 75% optimum trade entry reversal right there. I will put this in here. Sorry. Where is the text center? So look for some support off of here and can go lower yet. For that to go higher, you have to take this candle's high out now. But just look and see if it works inside this fair value gap here. You may just see it bounce around in here for a while before it finally goes higher. Or if this just rolls over here now, comes back down, takes this low out, and we start running for a higher time frame, 4 hour and lower. Like there's that low down at, we still have the rejection block at 943. If you can argue both sides of the market, what should you be doing? Sitting on the sidelines. Now we've got this one here. We reach for it. We have a small fair value gap below us here. I have nothing for a reversal. We have not taken out an old high except for this little guy right here. So, oops, I'm talking on the wrong chart here. We've got this little fair value gap here, one sitting right here. Let's see if we start climbing above here now. Again, I want to find this, come back here, find some support at this. See how the consequent encroachment's holding price here. And you want to see it come back, tap this, and start climbing higher. Watch that candle right there. I'm higher now. Can still come into here. That should have tapped it now. I'd like to see that little piece stay open there now and then start climbing above. We'll see what happens here.
No color.
So watch, see if this, see how that quick run through. We're through here. We didn't quite take that high out. So I'm looking at this candle here now. We want to see this body close below that. Got relative equal highs here now. It's just taking out the low, that little low right there. So my eye goes here to this candle. So it trades back up to that. Create a fair value up in here now and go lower. It's the fair value gap. This is just mitigation right now. Unless you consider this the high. We did not take out that high. That's a mitigation. So that can come as high as this. If it trades on the other side of that, you're looking for these highs again. I don't want to see it trade above that candle's high. Fill that. We're back to this fair value gap here. Right there. There's the high. It starts to trade through that. See where that sits on the close. See how it closed above that fair value gap again. Opened right on it. Like just gap right down a little bit and then step going higher. There's a rejection block. You know, watch these old highs get taken now and run back up into this level here. There's a swing potential here. So watch it come back down into this level. If we get support inside here, off that, see that there? Now you want to see it really get some legs and get out of here now. So ideally, I'd like to see if we do, we could get a revisit of this level down here before going higher. I wouldn't want to see it get back down into there. I want to see that just continue climbing higher now, just start reaching for the liquidity above the market, the lunchtime, reaching for up here for lunch. Are you enjoying the inversion? Take out the lows, inversion, find support, push above the highs, back into the level we were looking for right here. I'm sorry I'm not as dynamic as Michael is. I know you can talk a good talk. I'm not much of a talker, obviously. So now we've reached our breaker. If you haven't paid yourself here, pay yourself. So anytime you see, Craig, anytime you see these highs get taken and you see a fair value gap starting to form here, which it hasn't formed yet, but you know, if it does, then that's the level you got to look for to see if we trade through that. And this candle right here on the downside, look for further run on this liquidity, these relative equal lows here, and a further dig down into this range here. So unless we take that high, I want to see that breaker find some support. If we want to run through them, you got to run through them and find support. If not, he's going to provide a level of resistance for us. And now we're looking, see how that fair value gap formed right there? That's what we're looking for. See, we're calling it before it happens. So this way you have to kind of watch, study price action and say, is there a fair value gap going to form above this now? Does this fair value gap now become an inversion that we find support off of? I want to see, and I don't want to see a bear trap here. You get caught in a bear trap thinking it's going to go lower, and then all of a sudden it switches and goes back higher. You want to see this candle get taken on the downside. So you want to see a bull candle get through that, come back, find support inside that and here. There is your ultimate fair value gap or entry is right here. Once it goes through and has to come back up, you want to see that level right there would be the perfect entry for a short. If it went short there, if it doesn't and find support at this, we just came back to this old high here, these old highs. You want to see this get gunning now. You want to see it start going higher north, see how it's reversing. So watch this level here and watch that close right there. A lot of people may jump on that too soon and you get caught in a bear trap for sure, because nothing's confirmed this yet. Yes, we just wicked below it, but we have not traded below that yet. So wait. Remember I was talking about we could see a run below here one more time before lunch hour. It takes out the morning's low and then start running back higher. So this is the kind of idea you want to be thinking about when you're looking at this. So we talked about that candle go up. We wanted to see a fair value gap. It formed. We wanted to see this guy get closed below. It just did. Tapped it right there. And now we're going lower. I want to see this candle get taken out and used as support now. So all inside this little inversion. See how we went from a discount array to a premium array inside a range. Hit the premium array, like array to like array. You didn't get like to like there. You just got, if that high's there, this is a breaker. You didn't even trade back to the breaker. So you can't say like to like. It's just discount array to a premium array. See how we've, this one here, we're coming back to find support at it. And this one here, you're looking for to go low. So you got a small little range here. You have a discount array and a premium array inside a very small range. So you got to be saying to yourself, which one provides support? We've come back, we found support at this. Now you want to see this pop through here, come back and find support at that. See how we have not traded below this yet? This is the bear trap. You want to see if it comes back into here, then we're trading back down to here. We're inside this range. So if you're trading from consequent encroachment to consequent encroachment, watch from here to here. And then to me, it's like, okay, so I got to trade below this to go lower, and I got to trade above this to go higher. Inside the range, you have a premium and a discount fair value gap. So you want to see the premium one get taken to the upside to extend the range, and you want to see the discount run get run to extend the range back down into that range again. So see how we've come back right up inside here. So I want to see push through to go higher, or push through to go lower. So you get patient and wait, because you can argue both sides of this right now. So if you can, you don't do anything. And if you're still in this one here from this initial run, and you've got your premium, that from there, 536 to breaker is 627. It's almost 100 handles right there, just inside that small range. I just want to show you something on here too. This is that whole wick thing. So important. Take this wick here. It's 25% of that wick is this regular trading hours. Let me put it back to electronic here. If I take this from here, that last up close wick, and then extend that all the way out to here, look where this wick goes. Right up to 25% here. It's 75. I got it reversed. But 25, 50, 75, and 100 of that wick. Sorry, right there. There's the wick. Look at that. Right on, perfectly on that 25% of the wick. Shows weakness and a rollover on a 4-hour chart. Beautiful. Wicks. Study your wicks, my friends. Study your wicks. You see how this one and this one are fighting? That one's lost now. So we traded below it, trade back into it. Now you're looking to go shorter. Just because we broke that to the downside, we've got this one here provided some support. You see how we got that inversion? We've traded through this one now. Body trades through it. We come back to it right there. We tap the bottom of it. You want to see this continue going lower now. I want to see these lows get taken. Do you see an SMT divergence there? Check your 3-minute chart. Whoever was doing that on a 3-minute chart, see if your SMT divergence has appeared. Now, if we trade back through this one again, if we trade back through this on a close, we're looking to run back inside this range again. So you got from discount to premium again. You'd have to get above there to go higher. This is where consolidations can beat you up. Supporting this candle. See how we closed above it again? So you're looking back into this range again now. So right now you're just inside here. You're banging around inside that range. You're banging off a premium to discount raise. What does 11:30 time tell you now? Oh, we've just, all it's telling me is we're inside this range between this one and this one. That fair value gap and that one. We're bouncing off that one. Now you want to see this, if it's got some legs to go down, you want to see it start really climbing down or dropping down now. Taking out these equal lows. Jagged. This has been made jagged, so we've cleaned out the highs here. And we've got a fair value gap that's formed. We found support off of that. One more time, support off that. I want to see it start to push through and take these lows out now. Because you got relative equal highs made jagged. Got relative equal lows that have not been hit yet. Consequent encroachment. Consequent encroachment. Hit the low. That fair value gap. Just traded below it. Just traded above it. Inside here. Banged off that again. So everything tells me we should be coming down here. But if they engineer this in and hold liquidity here and start pushing higher again, we'll see it break through here to go higher. I'm going to wrap this up. We're going into lunch hours, 11:30, and we're kind of going sideways here. I'd like to see us take a run on this liquidity, this low, or at least get back into this fair value gap in here. If we find some support off of that and reverse, great. Again, look for your reversals above these lows, below these lows. Now you see how it's started compressing here. Here in this one, we're just working this one, but we're not pushing lower. And again, you're going into that lunch hour. So if you haven't taken, if you got your trades done, take them off or I'll tell you what to do with your trades, but just remember when you go into lunch hour, you go into that consolidation type phase. So just kind of keep your eyes on these two levels right here and see how they provide support to go lower or support to go higher. And keep your eye on this fella down here as well. This one and that one. Yeah, it's just compressing right now. It's going to make a move before lunch. So far, you've got support to go lower inside this range. You've come back up, found support at that, and you're still stuck inside this fair value gap right now. See how that's just kind of, all your candles have bounced off of that and they're stuck inside it. So we could see if lunch hour, if this is the low that's formed for the day, and we see this pop down in here, just wick below these lows, and you start to see an aggressive run them back up again, look for that level there. And eventually this old high, finding some support above this and that breaker. We want to see that breaker break market structure to the upside. Right now we're just reversing back inside a range. So I want to see market structure break to the upside using that breaker as support to go higher. If not, we're going to use this mitigation to not take out those old highs. If we come back to this, we want to see this provide support to go higher. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for me for the day. It's kind of there's 2.5 hours for me this morning, almost 3 hours. So again, look for that level, climb on top of this, look for that breaker to provide some support. If we do lose it and we break below these lows, take out these equal lows here, look for a return back into this cluster of candles here and here. And I wish you fair trading. I wish you good luck, and I will see you folks tomorrow if you're in here tomorrow. And if you're new to the game, definitely pop in and see Michael. He's teaching it right from scratch all the way through to the professional level. So he's helping his kid out. This is the last opportunity you get for a mentorship in 2024 or ever. So I highly recommend you all take his mentorship course. Don't waste your time with me. Go see him. Get it right from the horse's mouth. And I will see you guys if you pop in. If you've been doing this for a while and you just want to study price action, as you see, I'm just studying candle by candle. I don't use a lot of the big concepts that he's using. I'm just using small ranges and inversion, fair value gaps, order blocks, those types of things in order to provide levels of support so that you understand how price action is working. And I hope it works for you. I hope you've been able to get something from this here today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. And I love you all, man. Take care.